Okay, hi everyone, I'm autid, and this is Anthem Any Percent. Otherwise known as 2.5 hours of your life you'll never get back. So to start off, make a new character. It's not really a genuine new game run because there's a lot of things that are account-wide and carry over, which is nice because it saves a lot of time. But so I start with all of my crafting blueprints and all of my crafting materials and a lot of challenges completed to open up some parts of the game. See how the server weather is today. And get used to looking at loading screens. They're, well, I think from memory, they're about 20% of the run. That is surprisingly fast for that screen. That's normally about 2 minutes. Yeah, it's literally 20%. It's something like 25 minutes of load screens usually out of a 2.5 hour run. Okay, we'll skip all of these separate cutscenes that are separate cutscenes just to make me have to press escape more often. And we start timing on selecting my character voice.
I'll bring systems back one at a time. Starting voice recognition.
So I usually pick female voice. I think it's slightly faster.
Loud and clear.
I have no idea which language is fastest, but because that's hours and hours of gameplay just trying to figure that out.
With the heart of rage. You need to get to the center and
so we start off with our javelin kind of broken, and that means it's supposed to be very slow because we can't fly. But when you're playing as the ranger, melee jumping is a lot faster than flying.
Not too far, just... Oh, no, sorry. Can't talk. Be right back. Good. Now you have partial boosters at least. Team, the Cyber Strider 2 is down. Comatose.
His blasters are flying blind. Never mind that.
I hate that slow. I can never figure out the fastest way up that slope.
Team, update. This is not going well. Many casualties.
Now we have to repair these javelins.
From hearing the anthem.
How are you doing, Faye?
Not much to it. I don't think we're even really on a timer here because we'll end up having to wait for dialogue anyway.
Hey Miller, I found your Titan.
This cataclysm is creating a mighty handful.
Faye, you still there?
Yes. You've got down freelancers ahead, sending distress signals. They're the ones from Strider 2. Their javelins need repair. Get them moving.
So there I'm just trying to
I took care of all 3 freelancers.
clip in a little bit so I can stand on the wall and it makes
Which way?
starting the next part a little faster.
We've got one up here too.
All over the place. You'll need to go around. Which way, Faye?
Hey.
Never mind. Titan here just blasted the wall out. Give me a shortcut. Gotcha. On my way. How close am I, Faye?
Hurry up. Where are you?
Trying. I swear.
It's all wrong.
And unfortunately we got the pause waiting for the... Sometimes you can get this cutscene to start straight away, but got a bit unlucky that time.
During the failed attempt to...
Okay, now we're in kind of the first proper mission-ish.
I'm at the coordinate zone.
Impressive entrance as usual.
So we can actually fly now,
Which
which is a big part of the game.
Ask for a better partner.
You could ask, but not many of us.
So
The relays
what
are
we're
short
going to
flights
do
away.
now is melee
Easy
jump instead
contact so
because it's
far.
faster.
Easy keeps you alive.
Wouldn't call this living. Inspecting sensors every month.
Yeah, pays the bills.
Not exactly the freelancer motto.
Yeah. So the freelancers are back on their feet.
Yeah,
We
I
can
just
enjoy
need to
all the
avoid
gorgeous scenery Bastion has to offer.
Falling from too far onto the ground,
Now
because then
I'm
you do
jealous.
like a Superman
There's the
thing
relay.
and
Just needs a hard reset.
pauses you for a bit.
This should get the early warning network back up. Good, that did it. You'll need to manually check the sensors now. First one's nearby. Oh, maybe grab some supplies before you go. Oh, hey, look, some gravits. Doing whatever gravits do.
I'm going into the ravine.
Oh, there's the first sensor. I need you to access it. Stick close. so I can
And
get
now
a
we have
reading
to
on the
wait on
shaper
this
energy.
point
Hang on.
for a while.
I'm detecting movement. Looks like scorpions.
And unfortunately my good luck rock
Scorpions
isn't
around.
here.
Well, aren't they? Probably haven't
Normally
tasted
there's a
fresh
rock
freelancer
right
in
there.
time.
Won't be today.
Aha! Convinced them.
And if I melee that, it's usually good luck.
Hang in there. I'm still waiting for a reading.
Other jumps always going to be faster? Yes. Well, we're only playing Ranger for this mission and then we're switching to Interceptor, which will also be jumping a lot, but it's slightly different movement tech.
All right, readings are coming through.
What?
It's mostly normal.
Basically, if you need
This
to
is
go
the early
up
warning
a
system.
lot,
If it's
then
detecting something.
sometimes
Yeah,
flying's
no sign
better,
of shaper
and
energy. Head to the next sensor.
there's
coming up on
some
the
parts
next
where you
sensor.
just have to
Shoot out
fly,
for me, please.
unfortunately.
Wait there while I get a reading.
No sign of
One of them's
scorpions
in this
at least.
mission.
They're aggressive today.
Like, if I could, I would definitely put together a no-flying challenge run, but I can't figure out how to get past this
What's
mission.
going on? Why are all the birds leaving?
I'm working on it. Got a reading. Not good. Possible shaper energy detected. Get to the next sensor. We can narrow it down.
Birds might have had the right idea. Owen, how bad could this get?
You were in the heart of rage, weren't you?
Don't even think it.
See these ruins? There's a theory a shaper relic flipped gravity for a day.
Uh-huh. Well, not on my watch.
And
Give me a second for a reading. Heads
Another.
up, more Wyvern are on you.
Everything's in a bad mood today.
waiting
This
on
could
the
be
point
next
part. Yeah, the interceptor movement is like way more fun than flying. I do not understand, like, oh, there's so many people that, you know, they talk about things they liked in this game. Obviously, there's a lot of things to not like, and they always say, you know, I really love the flying, it's so good, and the dashing and jumping and stuff it's way more fun. If the flying was faster, I'd probably like it more, but it's really slow.
Oh, crap.
What?
Shaper energy off the charts. An unstable relic in the area. A bad one. I've got a probable location.
On it. Here we go.
Shaper ruins. We're on the right trail.
Looks
Okay,
like an
so what
echo
we were doing
on
there
the
was
token.
melee cancelling out of
Look around at the
flight
floating lights. They're the echoes. Grab them and bring them to the door.
to let us dash and then flying again.
That should be enough.
Slightly faster on the Ranger than flying normally. And it like extends your flight time quite a lot.
Ha! That did it. We're in. Impressive.
And
Even for a shaper.
don't have to do it through here. I probably
Alternation.
it probably is possible to go faster melee jumping through here,
Has
but
to be some reason for it all.
as you can sort of see from the geometry, that's going to be an absolute pain to not bonk on everything.
What's all this?
Got
And
me.
this is the section
He's never been
where
back.
you have to fly. Because
Careful.
there's
Too much
a
of that, you'll overload.
plane that makes you respawn that's above the sort of geometry
I'm
that you'd
trying to be
otherwise be
set.
able to
Hang
jump
on.
on. Get a quick look at the echoes.
Oh, good. It's just water.
Owen?
Controls restored. You're
I
back.
think they're going to be
That's the relic up there. Big one,
okay.
too. You'll
They
need
all
silences.
spawn in
Where do I start?
Some echoes have shaken
random
loose. Find
points,
them
but
and
there's
get
some
them
that
back
are
in
normally
place.
sort of around the same spot.
Got one.
You know the drill. You'll need more.
There we go.
It's working. Keep the echoes coming and we'll collapse the energy pocket.
What's the relic doing?
There's
I can't
usually
tell,
one
but
up
the
there that I
energy
really
pocket's
like. But
getting bigger. Something's forming in there.
What is it?
But anything is possible. Look at the waterfalls. They're going backwards. Just think. Anthem's being harnessed in there.
There. Last echo.
You did it. That should silence
so
it.
now we're waiting for a puzzle where we sort of put some pieces back in the machine. Got to kill a few enemies first.
I see. It's starting. You've got company.
See if I can catch a bunch of them in
Got anything yet?
I'm
the
thinking.
I think I only got one.
I'm clear, Owen.
Good. I think we can still stop this. Those fragments of the relic that flew out, grab them and put them back together. Oh, and one wrinkle, more company's on the way.
Got one.
Now carry it over and put it in place.
The fragment's in.
Now the others. Keep at it and you'll survive this. Almost certainly.
Owen, something in there's... Okay. Last one.
And now we're at the start of the game properly. So we get to choose what our face looks like. You will literally not see it during the run. I think it shows up in like one cutscene that I skip other than the final cutscene. Because the whole time we're out of the suit, going around Fort Tarsis and stuff, we're all in first person. And honestly, in that final cutscene, it looks kind of jank. I think they sort of avoided having you see your face because it was probably a bit awkward getting like mocap to match up to the different face models or something like that.
Welcome home. You should swing
Okay,
by
now
my
we have to
amplifier in the other
dodge
cafe.
pedestrians.
No,
They
no,
were very
wrong.
kind there.
More like
Normally
fun.
I have to go out of my way to
Drop
get
on
around
by
one.
whenever.
And we're going down to talk to Owen, who is super annoying. I'm not sure if the stream has my mouse pointer on there, but get used to that, it happens a lot.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
And yeah, the people are stupidly annoying. Especially in this bit between the market stalls. Like, see, I had to go around him. I couldn't cut the corner. There's two of them that I have to dodge. Okay, and now we've unlocked the other javelins. So I go into and out of the weapons, because that's about the right amount of time to dodge a soft lock if you try and make a new javelin too quickly. Okay. And now we make sure we keep it on private session so that we get instant matchmaking and don't have any other people in there that would invalidate the run as a solo run. So when we're playing as the Interceptor, basically most of the movement is a dash into a jump and then to melee, then jumps. And basically you keep some of the momentum from the dash through the jump,
Here we are, Freelancer.
and you get a little bit from the melee as well.
Let's not keep that big bad world waiting. Our contract is to locate a Harkness named Matthias. Tassin has given us the last location where he
Get
made
used to
contact.
this, because this is most of
The
the run.
location Tassin gave us must be close. I'm detecting the camp's shortwave radio.
A lot of it is basically it's going places that you know you need to go before the game tells you to go there.
Otherwise,
basically.
nothing but the radio. And no Matthias. Oh, hang on. Detecting another radio. Same frequency.
Must be more than one camp. Let's follow that signal.
And yeah, I strongly suspect that there might be another language option that's faster, because a lot of it is waiting on voice lines to finish so you can interact with things.
Let's
see if I can get-
Clearly,
No, I
Matthias
messed that
established
jump
more
up.
than one camp.
You can jump to that higher bit and it's pretty cool.
Arcanist.
Yes.
Matthias?
It probably
not here.
saves like no time,
Look
because
for anything that can help track him down. That's where the signal is coming from. We can use it
Come
to
on.
help search for another camp.
let me
It'll
push the
take
button.
time.
Okay, get started.
Okay.
Quiet out here.
Maybe. What the hell? An ambush!
So I'm basically just
Scars, damn scavengers.
dropping an acid bomb to get some damage on them,
No, still working on it. Clear out those remaining scars.
getting an acid combo off on one of them so that my aura does
Just
acid
with the radio
damage.
signal for the next location.
I understand. Just hurry up.
And it's just sort of
Cause lots at stake, I know.
mostly blowing up the hives quickly.
More hives.
Oh, I did not mean to go in the hole. That's possibly really bad. Oh, shit, not too bad.
That's the last of those horrible things. Now finish off the remaining scars. Finally.
That
And
was just bad fingering. I'm like really bad on finger coordination in this, so like
Where are you?
it's to the point where I have
I think I found another camp.
melee mapped to two buttons next to each other because I keep pressing the wrong one otherwise.
I've never seen this much scar activity. What is going on?
I don't know, but it's not a good sign.
More scars incoming. Looks like they're
I
using
hope
gates.
the acid bomb's enough for
Hate
them.
those. Very unfair.
Kill the ones over here.
Okay, I'm looking for a signal
go.
booster, right?
Yes, should be close. All you need to do is turn it on. Signal booster is working.
Land there so I get a nice jump straight up to that platform.
Matthias! Still can't hear us.
I've got a location.
I'm not seeing our Arcanist. Owen, help me out.
He's not here. Wait, that's the radio we were following. The scars were taking it apart. We fixed that. I bet we reached
Oh, that
Matthias.
was a big
What's
win.
happening with the scars? Something has them enraged. That seems to be the last of the scars. Let's fix that radio.
So
What
yeah,
needs to
like
happen?
a
It
lot of
needs
these
the access panel
combat
with the
encounters could probably be like way more optimized, but
Okay, done.
Starting
practicing
repairs.
for this game is really annoying because none of the standard missions
that
are
doesn't look like a
repeatable
repair.
except for
You just
doing
let
a
me-
full campaign
Ah,
playthrough.
damn it!
So it's hard to like
Hang on,
grind
we've got
practice on
company.
specific parts.
Yes, of course. Just deal with the scars. I'll figure it
There's
out.
a few of the missions where you can. There's like a legendary version, but the enemies that show up are different. Some of the missing parts of the mission. And there's like one available each week. They sort of cycle through, so they're not really particularly useful in terms of practice. I'm just trying to wait for a scar heavy to show up. So I kill enough of these. Here we go.
This looks serious.
Very serious. Oh, the gates are closing. Looks like we're
Combo
scared
him,
them
and
off.
that's
Let's take care of the
basically
rest and get back to the radio.
done.
Focus on the big guy. Ah, okay, I think I got it.
Are you sure?
That was pretty quick. Clean up after getting the big guy.
It's working. I've got a location. Action defies through.
I'm calling anyone in the area. I need help. There are scars everywhere.
It worked. Matthias, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank goodness. There's no time. I'm hiding as the scars are searching.
Oh, look at that. It's amazing we're flying.
You must hurry.
Just hang on. I'm coming.
But yeah, it's basically little moments like that. Sometimes I'll fly to just sort of
Matthias, can you hear me?
reposition myself quickly in
Getting a read
combat.
on this
But
radio signal.
Are you okay?
A little banged up, but fine. You see that
Yeah.
ramp up ahead? The one with the statue? Head up there.
What about scars near you? See anything?
A few spots of trouble. Near misses. They're quite relentless.
I think mostly the annoying thing about the flight is that all the javelins fly at the same speed.
Could prove useful.
Don't try anything dangerous.
Not to worry.
I mean, the non-Colossus ones have
Got a swarm here.
like you can do the cancel into dashing during flight and stuff, and that sort of ends up with a spread of speeds that you'd expect with it being Interceptor than Storm than Ranger than Colossus. Okay.
More incoming. Watch those hives.
Clear these hives out and then hope that the enemies don't spread out in a really annoying way.
Hives taken care of. Let's see to those
Finish them off
scars.
to get
You
the
got
fog
it.
wall down. A lot of these fog walls, it's really annoying. They're like,
Matthias, give me an update.
they're trivially easy to go out of bounds and avoid.
Stay ahead
But-
of me. I'm nearly there. Matthias, I'm
One thing that they actually really got done pretty robustly is the mission triggers. And like I could get into this area without doing the whole outside part.
Stay put. I'll
But-
keep them off you.
Literally nothing will spawn until I've completed every objective leading up to being able to get in here.
Scars have too many ways to add to their numbers if needed. Be careful.
I'm trying.
This is more just
How did you make them so mad, Matthias?
trying to kill enough to trigger some stuff
Scar
showing up.
heavies. I have to keep moving.
So I have a heavy here, it's just like a normal one.
Look out.
This one's annoying, but I'm hoping I can kill it quick.
His name is Rust Reaver.
I don't care what its name is.
And I got it.
The thing just isn't dying. What the hell?
Oh, I think
He's got like a weak point in his back,
He
so
is
you can
done.
jump over and
Let's
then
clean up the rest of them
Star.
now, shall we?
It's like the only time that the Ninja Star ability is actually good. There we go.
Okay, now active
Not
signals.
too bad. I
I'll
was
keep monitoring.
pretty
You should
close
check
to
on
Matthias when
Matthias?
Here,
I
right
killed
here.
the last one.
Scars. I don't know what to think. Arcanists and Scars often clash over Shaper sites, but nothing like this. I must tell Tarsis.
But yeah, Lumira, it's
I need
it's
to
actually
return
pretty
to
fun to run.
Tarsis.
It's just there's and what we do here is we, as soon as we get the mission complete up, we quit the mission because it's faster than waiting for it to exit on its own. As long as we've seen the mission complete thing pop up, it's fine. Yeah, it's kind of a fun run. There's just some really annoying stuff to it. If you can manage to get a load remover going, that would be fantastic. But yeah, the main annoyances are there's two sections of the game where you have to go into free play, which means you have to deal with matchmaking, and it's entirely freaking random. Like, it's if it can find a game that's not full of the correct difficulty and everything, it's perfectly fine.
I do.
But yeah. So here's some
Much of
important
what
lore
I am
stuff.
about to tell you is not well known.
That was the important lore stuff.
That cataclysm became the heart of rage. Some
Yeah, I really hate Yarrow because he has those unskippable dialogue lines there. I'm basically just spamming escape to get through dialogue.
well,
So here we have to go and collect a whole bunch of crafting materials to unlock crafting, but we already have them because crafting materials are account-wide. And now we've unlocked crafting. And now we get to see how bad my menuing is.
Let's get to work.
So this is where we're crafting what's basically going to get us through the whole game. So we want the Masterwork Acid Bomb. Went back too far. Okay. Here I just pick whatever seems to work for me. So we're getting Artinia's Gambit because it's a decent LMG and it has a big clip, so you don't have to... reload it very often, and we want the SMG that when you shoot people at point blank range, it buffs your melee damage. And for the blades, we're going the acid blades, because the acid blades were introduced reasonably late in the game, so let's see. Oh, and we want Karif's Talon because it's fantastic for clearing mobs. Okay, so basically the special masterwork ability on
I have another job for you.
Acid Bomb
Well,
is that it on a melee hit. Come on, let me pick it. Yes. You have to wait like a little bit before it'll let you jump into the mission there. So yeah, Acid Bomb, on a melee hit, it buffs acid damage by 200% or something like that. And then they introduced a melee weapon that does acid damage. So now you have a melee weapon that on melee hits buffs melee damage. So that's pretty nice. And Karif's Talon, basically they explode and do like lightning stuff that's
we'll be there.
actually quite a lot of damage.
Gave you a picture so we can identify
So you just hit people in the middle of groups and kill them, and then they wipe out the rest of the group a lot of
What's
the
the
time.
latest intel these days on regulators?
Still the
And
same
that's
smug as
pretty
they've always
much
been. Anything of value is
all
fair
we
game,
need
plus the usual rumours of secret hideouts in the area. They have
for
to
the rest
keep
of the
all that
game,
stuff somewhere.
except we're going to get a support
I hope
power
Tassin's wrong about that. I'm looking forward to being a
that
wartime
sort of like marks a target
Okay, you're not far from the regulator camp.
and
Should be coming
makes them take more damage.
Let's go
But
to the
we
edge of
can't
Scar
get that yet because we're not high enough level yet, so we're going to pick that up,
We've got trouble.
if I remember, right before the first mission where we have to like fight a fight.
Looks like we've got dead regulators here. Owen, can you identify Tassin's agent?
I'm not seeing her. Could still be
So
alive.
here we are,
Well,
like
I
frantically
almost
searching the
didn't
camp
They're
because
already dead.
Is there
we
anything
don't know
useful
where the
inside?
recording's hidden. Oh, what do you know? It's right
There's
there.
some kind of recording there.
Dominion have
Oh
attacked
gee,
the
I
camp.
wonder if we're
I can't
about to get
reach
ambushed.
Tarsis. I'm looking for the regulator hideout at these
A
coordinates.
co-op run went.
That
Oh,
was Tassin's agent.
you'd have to find two people running the game.
Hang on, Scar's on top of you.
So that was Karif's Talon. These two hives you can blow up before anything
We've been
comes
out
out
of
of
the
them.
blood since we rescued Matthias. You know, Tassin's right. Has to be the Dominion stolen lot.
And now we can just go to the next part of the mission.
Owen, do you have those coordinates?
Yep, got it. It's not far.
Then I'm
Yeah,
going
so
to
basically,
Can't wait.
Strike is the first person to run the game.
Taking on the Dominion isn't
And
like fighting an act of Wolven.
When evil people
Basically submitted like
This must be the regulator hideout.
2 times. And then nobody ran the game for like 8 months or almost a year or something until I picked it up because I basically
A smuggler's cave, you can see.
ran out of other things I was interested in doing in the game.
Owen, flight
And
controls are down.
I
What's
figured I'd have a
happening?
go at
Yeah, I'm
it.
seeing that. You're in some kind of
and
field. Has to be affecting your
So I've held the world record since then. Nobody else has run it.
It's a Dominion shield generator. You're caught inside the field.
Yeah, like my practice runs for this marathon are like the first times I've played it in like 8 months.
I know. Trying not to jump to conclusions.
Oh, I will. Take a flight.
If you want to do a co-op run, like, go for it, because 2-man, 3-man, and 4-man, nobody has run them, so it's free world records.
I can't believe this. Are we really in a firefight with Dominion?
Just try and get the ones that are sort of further away. Keep it basically to the people
But what about Tassin's agent?
close to the body.
Still alive?
Didn't make it. There's an archive here.
I see it. Looks damaged from the fight.
Maybe
Oh, and
Cass
I've just
is
noticed I have
sensitive.
2 charges on Karif's
This could be
helm.
for nothing.
I don't even look at my crafting specs,
He
but
took the relic.
Then I'm getting
having
it.
multiple charges is really good.
These were classic Dominion tactics.
It looks
Total
like
coverage of
I
their
got,
weaknesses.
What are they doing this first
I
half?
think that's extra
know,
spare
but it
ammo
involves relics.
as well
That won't end well.
on the Artinia's Gambit, which is good.
My javelin's grounded again?
It's that shield generator. Push them back. We can't let them interfere.
Even
Watch
though
it.
we don't
Looks
fly,
like the monitor left the
we
kidnap
have
from
to,
behind.
as an objective,
Try to
deactivate
disable
the
that
no
machine.
flying thing.
I have the specs. I think I can override it.
So we need to clear all
Hold
the people
it.
that are
I'll
spawning
try to
over there.
deactivate it.
Great place to die, Owen.
I may have let you down.
Room's really annoying because you basically just like it's an inaccurate gun, but you only need to hit it once. Come on.
It's up. You can fly again. More Dominion coming at you. Pretty serious looking too. Watch
Basically, after
yourself.
clearing this, you don't want stragglers.
That's the last of them.
I can still
That
catch
was
them on it.
okay.
Better hurry.
Some of that was my bad for not seeing people that were right in front of me, because they were sort of blending in. Yeah, one thing with the
Outside.
I've got a signal we can track.
with the co-op
Can't hide
runs
from this
is
side
timing the start might be
There you go. You can't be too
a
far.
little
We
interesting.
must have big plans for a guy like the monitors in our neighborhood.
We just need to make
Like,
sure it never comes back.
You see, this is why I want to be
everything
part of
from the mission where you go and find Maddie onwards is fine because everyone's like in a group and synced up. It's the first 2 missions where getting the timing right for starting, for everyone doing the first 2 missions that they have to do solo to group up. That way. Annoying. From my turrets.
What does it look like the Dominion has stayed for a while?
I don't know what they're up to, but it's not happening in our neck of the woods.
I suppose they listened to reason. Talk it out.
Does this look like they dropped by for tea? I see a lot of Dominion. Where's the monitor?
Checking. I'm not seeing.
Karif's back.
I'm getting a bad feeling here, I think.
Maybe this was an ambush? They led us here.
Damn! Time to shut that really large gun. Okay, it's over.
And now we have a long
Small one for the
talky bit,
freelancers.
so we'll see if I can do this. There we go. Flying melee. It's completely useless, but it's kind of funny.
Owen? Owen, what's happening?
I don't know. He's.
Obviously more powerful than you. I think it's important to take a measure.
At the end of this, I have to remember to exit to the main menu because I'm trying to avoid
Yeah?
going to
Ask
the
your
launch
lieutenants
pad,
how they feel.
which is
Oh,
like
wait,
a sort
you
of
can't,
looking for
because
group
I put them
area
down.
that
Freelancers
nobody ever used.
boast of courage they never have.
And the
It's why they're extinct.
I'm alive
the
and well,
matchmaking
you
for
son
it
of a-
sometimes just like takes
He's
forever.
gone. Save your breath. You best head back to the
Because it
fort,
looks
so
for
let's
quite a
know we
long
need to
time if
talk.
it can't find a server to do. Alright, settings, quick game, exit to main menu. Alright. Oh yeah, the game's still up. It's as far as I could tell, it's like really cheap for them to run. Because like that's probably not like technically cloud hosted or whatever, but it's just on EA's servers that they run like all their multiplayer servers on, and they just spin up instances as they need them. So it probably doesn't cost them much to run if there's not many people playing. And apparently, like on console, there's still a bunch of people playing. Come on. So it's probably going to tell me that my session is still going, but I don't want that because if I load that, it takes me to that last fight in that mission again, even though I've completed the mission. I need to say don't rejoin, and then it will load me in Fort Tarsis and recognize that I've done the mission, hopefully, and I should be standing right next to the person I need to talk to. There we go.
Owen filled me. And I.
So
now
we need to go and talk to the 3 people that give you repeatable contracts and do like a sample mission for each, which is honestly more interesting than the repeatable contracts, but sort of a similar thing where you just do a few simple objectives.
My savior.
What do you?
The last person we need to talk to is Bryn, I think. I forget the name sometimes because I just like skip through so much of the dialogue.
Hi. Right.
Yeah, there's no out of bounds in the any percent run because you can get into the next area consistently so easily. There's a timer in some parts. If you go too far away from the mission area as an interceptor, you can actually run far enough away that that timer disappears and it won't respawn you. But like, if you haven't hit the mission trigger, then it does you no good.
Patching in Arcanist Matthias.
So how did you learn about where we're headed?
From very old field notes.
So, of the 3
the writer wasn't saying. Something important
missions that we have to do, this is by far the most annoying.
A hypothesis.
Right.
What secrets must they hold?
Let's find out.
With that.
Here we are. Oh dear.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, with the melee jumping,
A marker of some type, something other arcanists recognize.
the melee, ground melee attack thing, and let's see if we can. I hate this fighting because it's like running around in circles, spawn all around. Sometimes you can like
creatures.
drop an acid grenade and run around the other way, and the ones that are running up behind you go through the acid and die.
I've seen this before. Won't trigger whether the right stimulus.
Which is what?
A shift in energy.
You have to go and
Big enough change,
collect
the virus detected, the marker triggers.
Like a fire
a
alarm?
bunch of these
Exactly.
echoes.
That shaper object across from the marker is made for echoes.
Got it. Let's build a fire.
And we can only carry 3 at a time. So this is a part that would be a massive run
Got some
save.
scars out here.
Leave it to them to get drugging about. They have a special sensitivity to certain kinds of energy. It has to be related to their insect physiology. I wonder if...
So I picked up 1, and there's 2 here in cages.
Yes, of course.
And once I kill enough of these targeted, let me show up where. Come on, should be close to it. There we go.
Don't let them stand in your way.
Didn't plan on it.
So we need to kill that particular scar spawns, and then we can open the cages.
Got another one.
Yes. Excellent.
And then we can respawn back too close to where we have to drop them off. Because there's 12 echoes to get, we get to do that a bunch.
Looks like we'll need more.
And sometimes it's a little bit disorienting, remembering which way you're facing. There should be one in the water. There's a few spots in the water, but it's not too bad because you
What do
can
you think will happen when we trigger the marker?
I can't say for
see
sure.
them from above
My theory
pretty easily.
is we learn something about the hidden remnants.
See that one there.
Matthias, how did you
The
do this
directional
work without
thing.
freelancer help?
My fearsome associate. So, this task alone would certainly require many uncomfortable nights in the jungle.
This book you're looking for.
The Elysian manuscript.
Right. What do you think you'll
I
find
hate
in
it.
there?
It's
Fine. Well, arcanists pursue the truth, but time
It's so hard to tell which way you're supposed to go. Because like you'll be turning around and it takes ages until it flashes again and changes which direction it's facing.
Good. The energy is shifting. Another echo should be close.
Grab, we've got 5 left, so there should be 2 close ones that we'll just
Brilliant use of
take
shaper
back.
dynamics. Breaking the marker to detect something as simple
And then
as
there should be
hidden energy.
3. Over this way. These ones can be quite hard to find sometimes.
Looks like the echo attracted some slimy friends.
Ah, yes.
So, yeah, that's a hard one to see
They're
because it's
fascinating creatures
top of
only
the
from
egg.
very far away. Behind a wall. With the lights on.
It's that one. Sometimes you've sort of got to like fucking little flies and stuff when you mess things up because there's a cooldown on the dash, and if you try and start your jump chain off with the normal jump, it's really slow. You really need to dash into the jump.
That's done it. The marker's been triggered.
The Arcanist fire alarm.
Precisely.
Okay, yeah, I just like now I couldn't remember if I had to. So now we have to kill way too many scorpions. Okay, we should be near the end of getting the Legionnaires. I think they spawn, and then there should be some elite soldiers. There we go.
Fine. Now please activate that marker.
And I wasn't on the opposite
See
side
what
of
the
the
Arcanist left for us.
control panel, so that's not too bad.
Amazing.
What's happening? What
So,
are those?
now the runes. The runes
Finally
are
can before they disappear.
awful
Those are
because you need to
runes. My capable
you need to
associate.
stand like a very specific distance away from them
But
to
I can
interact with
see
them.
them.
Just for the moment. This energy surge won't last. Got it. Very strange energy signature.
Like there, I'd stopped pressing forward, but like my walk carried on like a bit too close.
You got it?
I did.
It's not like huge time
Energy
losses
is
or
starting to
anything.
fluctuate.
Does that mean hurry?
Yes.
It's annoying.
That's all we're gonna get.
Should be enough. I have an idea how to find more of these in the future.
You think they'll help?
Yes, I'll explain when we get back to Fort Tarsis, but first, thank you. These rooms hold the key to finding the Elysian manuscript.
Yes, please
I'm
stop talking. So yeah, somebody please run this game in like every language available. I think there's like 7. And find out which one's fastest, because I hate waiting on the dialogue. Like, there's an unskippable cutscene later that, like, it's actually not. It's quite nice, really, because it's around about the midpoint of the run, and it's a good opportunity to get up and stretch or go to the toilet or whatever. Okay, let's make sure that we go to another mission. Instead of going back to Fort Tarsis, save ourselves some loads. Yeah, like I've done a little bit of testing, but I was just doing it on like the legendary versions of the missions, so it's a bit jank, and there's only about like 5 of them. And like the Fortress of Dawn one skips out the really long dialogue.
Again, Sentinel. How are you?
So like if that bit ends up being longer,
Will do.
probably makes a much bigger difference than the bits that I could test.
Get to know each other.
No, of course not. I'll let you know when you're
I hate that building.
All right.
Because it gets in the way of the 2 spawn points in this fight.
Into what the scars are doing here?
Sort of trying.
Machinery torn out all over.
Interesting. Scars don't typically
When
care
I
about
remember
Artemis
to
equipment. I wonder what exactly they're
massive
studying
bomb on
here.
one of
Can we do
the
this later?
spawns.
Right.
The other one stays reasonably bunched up so I can go back and Carif's telling it.
You're welcome. The scars must have taken whatever the Arcanists were studying.
Probably.
Yeah, this mission is a big
We think
case
scars
of
gather in an area not far from you.
knowing where to go before you have to
You
go
got
there.
it.
That bit's a bit annoying. And knowing what the interactable objects look like.
Got it.
Because
I'll look around
this-
for our missing Arcanist machinery.
Pile of scrap is what I'm looking
Whatever else they
for.
might have been
There should
working
be
on.
3 of them.
Watch out for scars while you're at
It's usually
Just broken shaper bits.
scarred
Nothing
around
from the
there.
Arcanists.
it. Keep looking.
Okay, that's 2.
It's gonna be around here
Good.
somewhere.
Everyone's in the right direction. This is close to where I want to immediately.
Bryn, there's no Arcanist equipment here
Okay,
either.
they're trolling.
Well, you don't see anything.
It's just standing
Artemis
directly
is.
underneath.
They probably can't hit it.
So
I'm
I
trying
should
to
look
melee
for some kind of scar shed.
You can actually get like a massive speed boost if they're sort of like in front of you, because the melee will lock onto them and pull you forward. But if they're sort of standing under you, it just like stops you straight away. This is another room that's kind of.
Well, the scars are hiding a stockpile to be somewhere creepy like this.
Any advice?
Eliminate them and find it.
You can try and keep
One
them
foot fair.
grouped up on the spawn points, but it's spread out quite a lot, unfortunately. Come on. Where is it?
All the scars
There
are
we go.
down.
We're not done yet.
End was a bit bad, but that was actually probably quite fast for that room.
They've got that stolen
was
Arcanist
bad.
machinery hooked up to a shaper artifact.
What's that? Stop them before it goes volatile.
That was not a particularly good sign, though. That Carif's Talon didn't immediately kill that. probably a little low damage, but having the 2 charges is really nice. That to explode.
What happened? The
And
artifact.
now it spawns
It
scorpions.
makes scorpions.
And I've got pieces back.
That's a fragment back. Found a piece. Nice work.
So,
Return it.
we'll see.
Fragment return. Nice work.
We'll see how it goes damage-wise. It should be okay for a while.
Reassemble it.
Now we'll see if I missed any scars. I didn't. Okay, the mission will end.
Thank the shiny shield of General Tarsis.
Were those
Yeah, we'll see once I get the
trying to force a shaper artifact to create
once I get the
scorpions?
targeting beacon.
Maybe?
I might get some
That's so
rolls
strange. They
for
know
inscriptions
they're
on that
savage.
buff the damage on it a bit.
And,
If it
Thank
starts getting too
Great
weak
answer.
though, I'll probably just
That was a
craft
huge
another
help to
one
the Sentinels and to the Force.
towards the end.
Nice working with you too.
Yes.
Probably
well,
want to have
maybe
to
we'll
craft
work
the Dawn
together
Shield
again
anyway.
Maybe.
See you around, Brain.
I mean, I could at the start of the game, like, actually look at the inscriptions on things, but I've tried that before, like, trying to craft specifically for extra charges on abilities and things, and it's just, you're sitting there for ages, because it's the one thing about the gear grind in this game that makes it truly, truly horrendous. Like, when the game launched, everyone complained about the drop rate, and you know, there was just like, just drop more legendaries. It'll be good. Just drop more legendaries, and it's not the problem. The problem is basically that the pool of inscriptions that you can get on each individual thing, especially the universal components. It's a huge pool, of which maybe 2 are actually useful to any particular javelin. And on a component, you want to get 2 out of 2 being useful. On weapons and abilities, it's like you want 2 out of 4, but the other 2 slots always have crap in anyway. And then on top of that, you have like a whole range of values that they can have. It's actually getting good gear, it's like so much, even with the like massively improved drop rates now compared to launch. It's it still takes a long time to get good stuff.
Seismic indicator is ready to go.
Started out. Always makes me nervous.
Which is part of why I'm happy that it's not,
Remember, these tests attract animals. Don't
there's not like an
Make
equivalent to
sure
like
the
a New Game
Arcanists
Plus
stay
run,
healthy, you
because
understand?
Got it. I'll keep an eye out.
oh, that would require like someone new to the game to do so much grinding to have a good build for it. But on the other hand, it would also like make using some of the other javelins potentially useful. Not the Colossus, sorry Colossus fans. Its base flying speed is the fastest it can go. It's way too slow, and there's way too much travel. But like the Storm can be like best in the game, just about, for clearing groups.
What can you do?
And it's slower than an Interceptor, but like not hugely slow. But unfortunately, like, to actually be good for that, even on easy difficulty, you need quite good gear recharge, and you just can't get that on the new game.
Good. Go to the next group. I will make
It's like,
sure
I don't
these
think I'm even
Arcanists get back
high
safe.
enough level yet to fit a
Found
single
the second
component.
site. Not seeing any Arcanists.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, like,
Okay. Let's do a search for energy signatures in
by
the
the end of the game.
It's Scar.
Yeah, by the end of the game, I think I could maybe fit 2. I don't bother. Yeah, I think I could
Look out.
fit 2.
It's a Scar heavy. Don't try to smash the shield. Get behind it.
Understood. It's all of them, I think.
Yeah, that's low damage.
No Arcanists in here. Where are they?
No bodies. Good. Scars must have taken them.
Why take Arcanists?
Going.
Maybe because they know much about shaper things? Valuable scars.
Can we track them?
Yes, go. Scars. Scavenge everything, yeah?
Okay, I made it across the horrendous bridge.
Still getting that signal?
Yes, not far. Good.
In my record, I had like horrendous luck
Yes.
with the
It's gonna be
server
a
on this
fight.
mission.
Look at them all. I don't like this.
I don't either.
Rhetoric. And look at their numbers.
Yes, I'm getting acquainted with both.
Yes.
Yeah, like going across that bridge.
I'm seeing a lot of munitions around
I spent
here.
like
Take care of them.
40 seconds rubber banding, something like that. I was sure it was gonna.
That's our
Okay, that was bad.
archivist. They were preparing to move them out of here.
Lucky we got here in time.
Yeah, the rubber banding. I was sure it was gonna like dump me back to
Haven't
the
heard from Wright in a while. Too many dangerous
back to the
scars
start
in the
menu,
area.
and then it
This
just like, oh,
is
it's
bad
like,
business.
there's a lot of that this game. Free play is the worst part, though.
Is that? Yes, it is.
What? Who?
One really annoying
Scar.
thing
Junk mold.
in
A
the
plague. Known to work with
free play session
bad
bit that
I'll
we
see
have
what
to
I can
do
do.
soon
Everything is down.
is that
people.
there is a
Take
possibility
that junk mold. Let's see
that
about
you
those
can join
arguments.
There you go.
a free play session when it's almost timed out and going to close.
Only cuts and bruises. Call the Sentinels to pick them up.
And it can
Already done. Good. Nothing
Just
more to
kick
do
you
here.
out.
Check on freelancer, right?
Got it.
because it said it's 4-hour timer or something. Probably pretty rare these
You
days.
see any scars in your area?
Probably pretty rare to want to stay up for that long.
Freelancer, right?
This is sort of like you.
Get over there. You hear me?
I'm pretty sure it like needs to continuously have people in it because they don't stay open for very long after.
Only scars.
There's no one in, but it's sort of like with free play you can sort of have like people join and leave and across a bunch of different people playing you can potentially have one open for a really long time. That's a really annoying fight.
Yeah, there's no sign of the
You got-
Arcanists or right.
Search the area.
Two spawn points really close to each other, and then one just like miles away.
Scar bodies. Away from the campsite.
Anything else?
Bullet holes. Right? Hear that? Sounds like a war.
Root tariffs there.
Right?
A heavy. Okay, we're done with doing crappy little side quests
Found them.
things for people.
Everybody's a little banged up,
for a
but
while.
alive. Nothing got past right. She'll be okay.
Damn right.
Oh, good. Very good, my friend. Sentinels are on their way.
Glad you made it. My trigger finger was cramping up.
I don't know how her trigger finger was cramping up because she literally shot no one.
Careful out there.
And the game has locked up. Oh, that was scary. We'll see what happens now. This is a mystery. I don't know if it's going to drop me back to the start menu or if I get to keep going, because this is just part of running this game. Yeah, sometimes, like, if it's perfectly timed, like, one time I missed the... I forgot to do the quit to main menu at the end of Incursion. And then the game disconnected me anyway, loading into the what's it called, the like LFG area, launch bay.
We need to chat. It's important.
And so basically it was
Okay, I'll
equivalent.
be there.
In fact, I think it actually dumped me back to the start screen slightly faster. But then I also had like a minute of rubber banding in a mission, so it evens out. So here's Owen being a dick, making me run the entire way down to the bar. So, let me think. Yeah, so it's after this mission I have to go into free play. So if anyone wants to has this installed on PC and wants to do me a massive favor, if you could go into an easy free play session and just sit around in it. But not enough people for it to be full. It needs to have an empty slot in it. But if you could be sitting around there at the end of this mission, that would be great.
Like I said, you won't get to see Princess Zim without bringing gifts. Yeah, I've marked locations where we'll find something that should work.
Tribute for a princess, huh?
It'll give me time to meet you there.
Wait.
You think I'd miss the reunion with your mates? I hitched a ride on a smuggler spider.
Oh, and
It'll be fine. Welcome's coming. Sick.
Go this way. Yeah, this is... well, this is one of those missions that just makes...
from Princess Sim.
Yeah, it has to be PC, there's no crossplay.
We're gonna put up a fight, though. Okay, I'm borrowing this Strider's amplifier, crammed in with smuggled rabbits.
it's not safe out here.
Safe gets boring. Time for a freelancer adventure. You'll see.
Okay, just one guy spawning up there.
Well, we stir things up now. Now take a look around for a weapons cache.
Okay. I think our Carifs are okay.
Okay.
Because while the initial
Good,
hit
it's not enough. Regulators are easily
is kind of
impressed.
crap
I've marked
damage,
next
the
location.
explosion on killing
What are we
someone
getting here?
Relics. The scars that
affected
keep
by
from
it
Zim
is
carried
still
down
doing
to
big
smugglers.
damage.
Of course, they probably sell them first, but it would score points with Zim if we get them back. Well, after you take care of the walking bugs. We've got the relics. Almost have enough. Need one last bit of tribute for the princess. Location marked.
Just make sure I don't land in the water.
You see that, Ursix? Easy next
And we'll
fight.
see
Why?
Princess Zim loves to throw a good party. I hear grilled Ursix is her favourite dish.
how annoying the 06 wants to be. It's being pretty annoying. Oh no,
Good.
that was
Now grab a chunk of that meat.
the growl's good.
Sure the scars will do the rest.
You're just trying to avoid getting
Good,
pushed
we got
back.
it. One slab of Ursix ready to serve. Fresher the better. Now let's deliver it. I've marked the location for Princess Zim's hideout.
It's not really like an agenda.
My Strider's approaching Zim's place.
Really,
Now, before this
like,
reunion kicks off,
they did need to make changes
We're all professionals.
to especially the gear situation.
It won't be like that.
But
These are too high.
let's hope. If the Dominion
I think part of the problem is that everyone just sort of had like No Man's Sky fever. So there's like this, oh well, now they have to go on this big redemption thing of like not releasing anything for the game for like 8 months
I've managed to sneak in.
while they rework stuff.
In the rabbit cage.
And for a game like this, that's just never going to work.
If the regulators catch you,
It's not a problem.
So like, they should have still been working on the changes, but they should have been putting content for the game out. Like, the Cataclysm content was pretty good, and then everything after that was basically nothing.
Who are you?
need to
Like,
see
the
some friends
problem was,
They're working
no,
with
like,
Princess Sim.
What did you bring?
the
Tribute
cutting their
for
losses thing is basically because
What? You can go
they did
inside.
the whole, we're not releasing anything, we're just working on these, like, gameplay changes. So, if you look at the changes they've worked out, they were pretty good, and they had. But of course, you can't just release those changes for people to run the exact same content with. People aren't going to go back for that.
We've got a whole bunch of Dominion incoming.
Not for any like significant amount of
We know
time.
we were running with them earlier.
So you need
Already killed some of their guys.
a pretty decent content expansion to go along with it. And but of course, by then you haven't released anything new for the game in months, so there's no point playing. And then you know, you go to your publisher and say, hey, I would like potentially millions of dollars to get all these voice actors back, probably have to do some new mocap work during COVID, so that's going to be expensive.
Keep your head down.
Getting people out for that. And, you know, okay, how many people are actually playing this game that you want all this money to produce an expansion for? Oh, it's no one. You know, it's a pretty sensible no, to be honest. If they'd actually, you know, if they'd kept story content coming out while they were working on things, you could at least reliably show that people were coming back to the game in decent numbers every few months. Hey, you know.
Don't worry, you're clear. The Dominion are licking their wounds for the moment.
But like the fundamental problem the game always had was player retention, because the amount of repeatable content is like, this is just not a lot there. And that's, you know, it's a big downside for a game that's like, as a looter game, it's basically, oh, you want to play through these things a lot of times and get better loot. But if there's really not a lot to repeatedly do, it's not great. Like, just fundamentally, like, you should have been able to replay every mission. Like, there's repeatable contracts, but like the rewards on those are like absolutely terrible for how long they are, and they're kind of boring. Strongholds are alright, but there's only 4 of them.
What?
Cataclysm
Left in the box.
was really fun, and then it disappeared for months until it came back for the Halloween event, and then it disappeared again for about a month and a half or whatever it was before the winter event came, and that was just like a Cataclysm version of the Strongholds.
Freelancer? Well, you know,
Okay, what do I need to do now? That's right, I need to go talk to...
Could you
Go
come
and
see
talk to
me
what's her
when you
name?
have a minute?
Faye.
We've got a complication.
Freelancer, I trust the contract went well.
Thank you for coming to...
it's
Right, let's go. Okay, this is probably my biggest time save over Strife Sold Run, because they added fast travel, and they made all of the places I need to go fast travel points. Unfortunately, we have to wait on the matchmaking. Oh, it found a game. Big thank you if that was somebody watching the stream. I think the full timeout on that's like, it's about twice that long before it just gives up and spawns you your own. Yeah, straight to the menu. So yeah,
Well,
you used to have to fly to these.
Just 3 to go.
And now you can just do this.
And the second Guardian has been greeted. Halfway there. That's the third tomb. Just one left. You know, I'll admit, I'm shocked that Princess Zim's in. That's the last tomb. Faye wants a word. Hold on. Linking her in.
Good work. Come back to Fort Tarsis and we'll plan our next step.
Yeah, sorry, Faye, I'm not interested in listening. So the one thing I'm not sure on is whether I can just go straight into the mission here or if I have to talk to Faye again. Oh yeah, cutting out the grind is like... It's so good. The unlocking the tombs is just... From what I remember, it was pretty horrendous. It's like opening 20 chests and doing all this other stuff. Yes, I do need to find Faye. Okay.
Give me a day. One more day, please.
Hey, freelancer. Contract go alright?
I've greeted all the Guardians.
Just have to remember to set back to private. But yeah, and honestly, it's not... If you're starting from a fresh account to run this, like, it's not that bad getting set up for. It's like, you don't need that many crafting materials, but you will need to get, like... You probably need to play a bit of
connection established. It's strange doing this again.
Like, do a bunch of stuff to jump them up.
Location now.
Masterwork and legendary weapons to
Shall
get
we? Owen, you want to link in
a stack of the masterwork crafting stuff. But
one's a party, two's a crowd.
That's not how that saying goes.
Owen.
Right, I'll just
unlocking the tombs once.
We doing this mission or what?
Where are we going?
The tomb of General Tarsis.
Wait, really? Tarsis herself?
According to Zim, it is.
I'm hoping we find a
yeah, the crafting patterns is annoying.
The Javelin of Dawn. You know the story of General Tarsis and the mountain.
That's a children's tale. She fights a storm monster and steals
you only need them.
Yes, but we have to admit, the
stuff that you use, so
fair point.
It's not that many. The challenges aren't that bad. If you wanted to experiment a lot with different gear, then it's, yeah. It would be a lot getting all of them.
We're inside. Look at this place.
Great. I've got Hallet practically climbing my amplifier to watch.
You think this is really it? The General's tomb?
Yeah, I got the speed boost.
Be careful. Just
Not
because
really
humans couldn't find the tomb all these years doesn't mean it's empty.
On a really short jump. There we go. So after killing those, I go to the door, turns out the door is locked, so...
The control mechanism must be inside this room.
I have to go
Take another look around for me.
Alright, so fancy square.
That's the control for the lock. See what you can do with it.
Yeah, fancy cross. We're done.
That's it.
You know, I think mourners would have gathered in this room.
So doing these puzzles
There's
fast
an
is basically
guard,
just
at least 4 lancers.
knowing where
There's
the things that show you the answer are.
Right by the general in there, Lancer. More doors. The
And in
Legion
this
sealed
room
this place
there's
up tight.
3 and
Of course
like
they did. They were protecting their leader's resting place.
they hide the answers better, but like you only need half because I can just cycle through these until it solves. And I just sort of like got a quick glimpse of the left one there on my way through the corridor. That's gonna make me go all the way. Is it? No.
You should look around the room a bit.
Sorry,
Clues
that sign is
meaning
the
you might
right
be
one.
nearby. The door's opening.
Let's forget that. Okay, you say that there's puzzles I very much do not
Dominion
like in this
forces
game.
are already in the tomb. Get out fast. You can't lose the signet.
Basically,
You'll be all right.
the ones at
I
the
can
end
pull
of
the fort out. It will take time to arrive.
Nobody from
the
Fort
Bryn
Tarsis
missions
will
that
get here
we're
in time. We're on our own.
Bryn? No, the Dax missions that we're gonna do. Because they're the ones where you have to press the button at the right time. And there's elemental things that will just mess your shit up. They stagger you so you can't press the button at the right time. They block up the screen and make it nearly impossible to see. It's just awful stuff. I hate this room because it's just a like tough enemies thing. You go kill some and they're always like the next one's in like a terrible spot. They don't clump up really nicely. Like you, oh no, still got it.
How's it look, babe?
The tomb
There
is
we go.
clear, but there are more outside.
They don't give up, do they?
The Dominion have set up an incredible ambush to trap me outside with a huge array of turrets. And I'm basically going to jump past them because
We're coming to pick you up. Sending
it's
you
the answer
directions to
to
meet
pretty
us.
much everything
On
in
my
this
way.
game. Oh no, so
Babe,
dangerous.
when you said there were Dominion outside, did you mean all the Dominion?
Just run. You need to get out of there. Fast. You're in the clear, I think.
That was close. I'm getting really sick of that guy.
I'll admit, I didn't expect us to run into this much trouble. I expected dangerous wildlife. Maybe storms.
This is the second time I've run into the Monitor. I think I'd actually prefer an R6.
God, that did not want to. Must
I'm back.
have gone into melee too soon there
Good work.
after the last
Let's
dash.
get you inside.
So we're actually doing really well on time. We're only about like 3 and a bit minutes behind world record, so that's pretty good. I'm hoping to get sort of something like a 2:35 I'd be really happy with. Okay, yeah, so next is Fortress. So Fortress has some fun stuff where you can mess with the camera, but it's pretty straightforward, and then there's a long wait at the end. That's right, I do go straight into the mission. So it's not too bad. This is basically shoot some crystals and kill a Titan and hold the point, and then stand and listen to people talk.
Everything's clear. Head to the fortress.
Also, one of the rare.
Signet, I should be able to pass you on to
I do some flying
the
missions, I think. Oh, sorry, that's when we come back here.
There she is.
This one's a killer. Because this one has the flight suppression.
That means they'll be entrenched up ahead. Be careful.
If you want to look for bits, Sim's intel suggests there's a tomb of the Biowareathon nearby. This is apparently important to Faye that his planet Earth.
They've set up turrets. We need to take them down. There's no way they brought all that over the bridge. They must be gating in.
Then we better shut them down.
There's many energy signatures in the courtyard. Head for the fortress doors. I'm not picking up any more anchors. You're good to target the gate itself.
Nice work. Look at that thing burn.
What's that? Braid? Metallic?
Find the locking mechanism. If I'm right, the general...
Okay.
Welcome to the Fortress of Dawn.
I can't believe we're seeing this.
You're the first to stand in this spot for centuries. Look around. I want to see all of it.
I swear I've seen this design before.
Behold the doors of might. Whosoever wishes them open, place your signet. The trial of might.
So yeah, when I was doing a little bit of testing
from the worthy.
on
So
the
says
different language
Arden
stuff,
Vasa.
a couple of the Arden Vasas
Is that really his
spoke
voice? Over there.
noticeably
that looks
faster,
like you could plug the signet in, doesn't it?
Only one way to find out.
which was good for like the first two sections of this, but I could only test the first two trials because that was all that's in the legendary version. But the real test will be like what General Tarsis talks about.
You think yourself worthy to claim a place
trial.
among the Legion of
So there we go.
Then know this.
Whoop.
A true
And we're
Legionnaire
here.
must be tested. The greatest of us all, Helena Tarsis,
Okay, I forgot to
lured
get
her foes
the
into battle at a place
target
of her
beacon. I'll have to
choosing.
remember to do that
There,
after this.
she brought them ruin and destruction through strength and guile. Prove yourself. Walk the path of General
There we go.
Tarsis. Bring forth your
So he's still doing
greatest
his intro.
power. May your might prevail against the darkness.
Faye,
And we're done.
what just happened? Faye?
You passed the test. Before your might, the greatest of foes crumble. Yet more trials lie before you, Lancer. Go forth. May the path lead you to the door.
There. Connections re-established. Where were you?
I fought a Titan, but I never left the spot somehow.
It's a gateway device. That's why I lost on it.
Whatever it was, I used up real ammo.
This trial also very determined by waiting for people to finish talking.
The path comes to an end for you here, as it did for our general, as it does for us all. Your inevitable death awaits you, Lancer. Go forth to face it.
Wait, the path comes to an end? Is this the last stand of General Tarsis?
So we're gonna kill a lot of stuff. I don't know that I actually need to. Even though it's on easy, I will need to do something to stay alive. But from what I remember, like when you're playing, like the number of people that you're playing with determines how the number of players and enemies in the circle affects the like bar filling rate in these things.
To race her enemy to help
What I remember,
Antium, Tarsis took only a
one player
handful
it's
of
like
knights.
pretty forgiving.
They had swiftness, but the enemy had overwhelming
You can
strength.
have a few enemies in
and
there.
yet Tarsis
Still
held
got full
her
speed.
ground.
But like if you had like 4 players, you need like 3 players in and no enemies. If I remember right. Because I had to work that out for when I was leaderboard running. The cataclysms and stuff. Which, by the way, absolutely hilarious. Because so much of it is like... There's a lot of people that were just like trying to play really well. And you could get pretty high up the leaderboards playing pretty well, but...
In the narrow mountain pass, the Legionnaires stood against the
to really get the
might
top
of the
times
Urgoth
on
horde.
the
For
top
if they
scores on
wavered,
some of them, like...
if their fragile line broke,
You,
Antioch would fall, and countless others with it.
needed to have an extensive knowledge of the game mechanics to a point that some people might consider it. One of my favourites was on the part of the Cataclysm where there's like a ring of generator things that you have to drop down. What normally happens when you finish those events is that you do the puzzle, whatever, and what will happen is the shield will drop around this crystal that you can blow up, and if there's any enemies left that you haven't killed for points, they run away, the event finishes, and you get your multiplier increase. What you can do on that ring event is you can go far enough away. Oh, that was bad, I was outside. What you can do is you can go far enough away from the event that all the enemies despawn. And, well, they unload. And with a sniper rifle, you can destroy the crystal from that far away. And then the enemies that are loaded, which is none of them, run away. And then you go back to the event with your higher multiplier. And the enemies reload and you kill
Even
them
as
at a higher
Tarsis
multiplier.
knew her life
Pretty
was
fun.
ending, she fought
There's
on.
lots of stuff
As her
like that,
life's
though.
blood ebbed, she drove the enemy back.
Like, there's supposed to be a time limit for doing those events. Timer starts when you sort of like cross a barrier. But the storms teleport. On the server side, it literally just moves you from one spot to the other instantly. So if you storm dodge through it, it's you never trip the start of the timer. So you have not infinite time because the server will still only stay open for 4 hours, but you have 4 hours to try and score. Sorry, I can't see your name there. Infinity Fiasco. Yes, you can still play this game, surprisingly. Apparently, like, you can still find people in matchmaking reasonably easily on console especially. I think it's just, like, it's the kind of game that, like, if it grabs you, like, you go back to it every now and then.
Under the weight of inevitable death, you did not break. Arise and go forth, Lancer. Lead you to the dawn.
You're back. What happened?
I reenacted the Battle of Anthem, except with the Dominion instead of Urgoth, I think.
You've never seen a real Urgoth. The trial is like a pattern, and your mind fills in the details.
I'm fighting my own memories, and they're kicking the crap out of me. Great.
Behold the doors of valor. Whosoever wishes them open, place your signet. The trial of valor shall separate the
And now
true
begins the
lancers
big wait.
from the false. So says Arden Vassar.
Faye, I don't know if I can do this. I don't have much left.
And of
My
course they
armor's
make you
a
wait
mess.
a long
I'm
time
running low
before
on
you
ammo
can
and
start the big wait.
Who knows what's next?
Hey, this is what freelancers are all about. You can do this.
I hope so. Wait, where's my javelin?
You come to the final test. Prove your valor. A great calamity dwelled in the heart of the land, threatening to unweave the fabric of the world itself. So Helena Tarsis set forth to meet it in its own lair, where it was strongest, to end its rampage forever. Go forth, Lancer. Seek out and stop disaster in its tracks, if you dare.
How? I don't even have a weapon.
You don't need one.
You're out of time. Silence it.
It's not working.
You're about to get eaten. Oh, bring it back into
Unfortunately, this isn't a cutscene. This is a...
Got it.
You can walk around in that thing. So, there is no
The
skip.
path of valor is well-traveled ground for you, I think.
And because of the animations and stuff, they won't let you skip through the dialogue.
I can't move.
Your suit's overheating.
I'm gonna die.
Stay calm or you'll lock up.
But as I said earlier, it's not a bad opportunity to stretch your legs.
Again and again.
Go get a drink, whatever you need to do.
Get back
in
to
the
the
run.
Strider. This mission is over.
Look at this thing. We have to silence the cenotaph.
We have to get out of here.
Think about Miller and Adair. All the others. You being a coward.
I'm no coward.
You're past the point of testing now. There is only one place left for you to go.
Remember this. Might can conquer a moment. Resolve can outlast a day. But valor must renew with every dawn. Walk the path, Lancer.
Yeah,
of
this
the
would be a
Legion.
really good segment for language speeds. And unfortunately, that last trial isn't in the legendary version, so it's not an easy, repeatable thing to test because the mission ends straight after. So to test for every language, you have to run a campaign that far through for every language. Okay, so I think what happened at the end there is that we've been betrayed by Owen and he stole the Javelin of Dawn. And we need to... Now we're at the bit where we need to go and craft our own Dawn Shield thingy. Which means we need to run a... There's two sets of side quests we can do. We can do the ones for... We can do the ones for Maddie, which drop, I think, like 4 corium and we need 3. But they take ages. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the Dax missions and just keep restarting the second mission after killing the Titan so that we kill that one Titan enough times to get 3. Yeah, I could try and find a casual run on YouTube.
We're really gonna build. Wait,
Me?
What? You're great.
Hey.
So if we get to the bar fast enough, we might get to see Dax T-posing. Please T-posing Dax. Oh, well, it's not really T-posing, but you get to watch her go from just standing there to waiting at the bar. Yeah, and part of the problem is that there's so many languages. At least if I remember right, there are. And it's kind of annoying to like get them all because you have to like go into Origin and like mess in the settings and like individually download each one's voice pack. I mean, what would be better is, I don't know if you can, how difficult it would be, but if you could
Yes. Nobody kept you waiting.
Yeah,
like,
about that. I'm not gonna make it.
if you could pull the sound files, that would probably
Would I turn around?
No, I can walk you through from here. There's a cafe nearby. Head to it.
As you wish.
If you could pull the sound files and just like
Please
find
don't
the
call me that.
right dialogue lines, that'd be ideal. I have no idea how it formats it, I have no idea how they're packed. I know at least that people were able to like,
How did you end up in Fort Tarsis?
like data miners were able to pull out
I proved him wrong.
images and stuff for all the new patches.
Shot him?
He really grazed his
Yeah, it's
shoulder.
Frostbite.
He was a total baby about it. Long way. That end or new lead?
Dax, a little direction,
Standby
please.
generator.
Oh, sorry. Thinking. See if you can
Dax
get
is
the power
slow.
back on. It'll be easier to search the camp. There, the generator. That should get the camp back up and running.
You know, chapter 1 of the Freelancer Handbook doesn't mention generators.
Well, chapter 2 has entire pages on the subject. Power restored.
Nice. Look around. See if they left something behind.
They?
Yep.
I didn't realise I forgot to
Over
get
there. Is that an
target
archive?
beacon again.
Is that what we're
It's
looking
actually
for?
quite bad for
It
this
could
mission.
be. Won't know until I see what's on it.
Faye, can you process the
So I
data?
have to kill 3 exits.
I've never seen an archive.
I guess it's not too
so
bad. I only get to use it on
disorganized.
one
This
instance.
might take a while.
Hey,
Get some whole
are
new
those
point.
eggs moving?
Oh, crap. Faye, process faster.
It doesn't work like that.
See if I can hit spawn. Oh, I think I got it. Ah, I missed it.
Done. Sending analysis to Sentinel DAX. We should secure the area before moving on.
Yes,
I have
this
no
is
idea
great.
why
This
she
is
says to secure the area.
not
They
what
just
I'm looking
despawn.
for, but it's okay. I know where to go next.
I'm all ears.
The archive was transmitting a signal nearby. That must be the place.
Freelancer, picking up radio chatter.
Zane, you're breaking up. Sounds like trouble. He's a big boy.
I thought we were trying to solve the mystery of people vanishing in the Emerald Abyss.
We are.
Then why am I in a creepy cave looking for a cipher link?
It's so hard to go
Signal
through that
directed us
first bit
here,
quickly.
and
No, I mean, how is this link connected?
Damn it! Where the hell are they?
Found what was bothering the outlaws.
ooh, Ursix. Pretty nasty.
Tell me about it. closing in on the signal?
I think so. It's on the move. Do you think? Is it possible that 168 maybe?
I swear to God, if I have to dig through poop.
Okay, number one, feces is a professional term. And number two, I said it's moving. What kind of weird shit do you have?
There we go, I just
The
thought I'd do it.
belly of the beast. Please.
Like the one
Yes.
funny joke
Sorry.
in the entire game. Goes around interrupted. Okay, we're killing these reasonably quickly, so. As long as this last one doesn't take too long, it should be fun.
Your 6 on your 6. Get it? Your 6? Your 6?
Hilarious.
Signal's pointing to her, by the way.
Of course it is. Found the link.
And you didn't even have to dig through poop. I mean, feces.
Lucky me.
I can't help you if you're gonna be picky.
I'll analyze the link's intel and send it to Dax.
Beautiful. We can discuss back at Fort Tarsis.
Okay, so I really, really, really need to remember to craft a target beacon now. Yeah, like I should have gotten it when I turned level 5, basically. Because that's when your support slot opens up.
Freelancer, I sent the link's intel to Dax.
So
She's waiting for you at her apartment.
Yeah, it's the apartment this time. That door opening outwards is really annoying.
Okay, go. What? Yeah. Okay.
Forge.
Basic checks look good. What's next?
Well, actually, we had one we could have just fit, but we'll actually make a purple one. Because we'll probably get better stats on it. So yeah, I really, really hope you all enjoy the first, like, few minutes of this level. Because we're going to have to do it, like, 3 times. But it's still faster than doing Maddie's quest. Because Maddie's... the levels are a little bit longer on average. But the big problem is that there's an extra level, the first one, which is basically like a contract, and it's entirely random where you have to travel, what you have to do when you get there. It's massive thing. So, replaying everything up to the Titan kill in this to get enough Titans it's a lot faster. I think it's like 15.
Coming up on the Strider. Where's Dax?
Patching her through.
Dax, are you in position?
Yeah, about that.
Seriously.
I got stuck with the trolls.
Yeah, it'd be about that.
Scars beat us to the
So I
party.
think,
Talon's a popular guy.
when I came up with that change, yeah, that'd be when I got the record down from about 245 to about 35. It's like 10 minutes.
Dax, which one's Talon?
I don't see him.
So now we wait
These
to pick
guys
up
are
the
all
map.
scrub league. This is all my fault.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Check the strider. Maybe it'll have another lead.
What's this?
Looks like a bunch of random lines.
They're not random.
Now we run out of
They're
Dax.
What? How?
My patrol's nearby. I'll explain in person.
In person? Really?
Just bring it to me. Let me see the map.
We give Dax the map.
Here it is. Still looks like squiggles to me.
And she's going to tell us to go over
Half
here.
the picture. You need a key, an overlay, to show you the rest.
How do you know this?
My aunt taught me. It's an old cryptography trick to hide locations. In this case, probably Talon's main camp. That's where the journey will be.
How do we get the overlay?
Ah, that was much better than that. Right, we have a Corium and
Sky
we
have. Faye, check the routes. Is there one nearby?
There is a...
And I always wait to make sure the Corium +1 shows up on the screen before I quit. 'Cause the last thing you want to do is get basically the entire way. I think it's all the way to 2 missions left. And then find out that you only have 2 Corium. It's pretty awful. Because at that point your options are like probably the best ones going into free play. Just looking around, or a Titan, or a Scarf that drops them. I just think I should have written a script for this and made sure to read out exactly the same thing on all 3 replays.
Dax provided strider routes for Talon's crew.
How'd you get
2
around
replays and then
I thought it
the
better
one
not
actual
to ask.
repetition.
Plausible deniability.
Exactly. I've marked a potential ambush site.
Coming up on the strider. Where's Dax?
Patching her through.
See if I can do this one a little
Are you
better.
in
I think I'll
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that I have 2
Seriously,
charges of
I got stuck with
Carifs,
patrol duty.
so we'll
Scars
go
beat us to the party.
Talon's a
grenade to the
popular
right.
guy.
Bad guys. These guys. Yeah. Side. Still soft spotting them. Felt a little
Dax,
quicker though.
which one's Talon?
I don't see him. These guys are all scrub league. This is all my fault.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Check the strider. Maybe it'll have another lead.
I mean, the one nice thing about playing this is,
They're not random.
about running this is, a lot of it's like just playing the
My
game,
patrol's nearby.
really.
I'll explain in person.
In
There's a lot of the
Really?
what
Just bring
squads
it to
wear
me.
and everything's a bit random. So you don't need it. There's not many parts where you're like getting super sweaty waiting. Killing things in a specific order.
Here it is. Still looks like squiggles to me.
You're only seeing half the picture. You need a key, an overlay, to show you the rest.
How do you know this?
My aunt taught me. It's an old cryptography trick to hide locations. In this case, probably Talon's main camp. That's where the journey will be.
How do we get the overlay?
Yes, yes. Another strider.
How many striders does this guy have? Faye, check the routes. Is there one nearby?
There is actually. Sending it now.
Alright, so unless I'm going Anthem crazy, that's 2 Corium. which means I can pick up my third now, completing the mission. So I know I'm absolutely jinxing it, definitely for the free play later. But I'm actually pretty happy with how the server's been. Because I don't really stream, so I was a little worried that
the Talon's crew.
How'd you get her hands on those?
I thought it better not to ask.
streaming it and
Plausible
playing
deniability.
Exactly.
might make my
marked
connection to the
potential
game a little
ambush
unstable. It seems to be fine.
Coming up on the Strider. Where's Dax?
Patching her through.
Dax, are you in position?
Yeah, about that.
Seriously.
I got stuck with control.
Scars beat us to the party.
Talon's a popular guy.
That was lovely.
Dax, which one's Talon?
I don't see him. These guys are all scrub league. This is all my fault.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Check the Strider. Maybe it'll have another lead.
What's this?
Looks like a bunch of random lines.
They're not random.
So with the free play later,
Hell, my patrol's nearby. I'll
it's a
explain in
little.
person.
I've lost about 5 minutes to messing up.
Just bring it to me.
Basically, between the last 2 missions, you need to kill some time by doing a contract or something else. And even with matchmaking times, the quickest way to do it is to drop into free play and then quit free play,
Here it is. Still looks like squiggles to me.
and that counts as doing a mission, but only if you manage to cleanly
Leon taught me.
exit
It's an ultra
free play.
to hide locations. In this case, probably Talon's main camp. That's where the dream will be.
How do we get the
Like if you go to quit free play and disconnects you, that doesn't count, and you have to do it all over again.
Thanks. Check the routes. There one nearby.
There is actually. Sending it now.
Gloria. We can use hatches. Stand there.
Cargo door won't budge.
Battery's fried. Check the wreckage
There's our
for a
battery.
replacement.
Should be easier now that the Titan's off the back.
Should be able to press the buttons.
Okay, replace the battery.
It's still not working.
Power flow needs a full reset.
Yes, Chaos
Titan
jumping
really did a
is
number on
much
her when
faster
it
than
attacked.
flying. Like, way faster.
That did it. Door should open now.
Yes, okay. Get the overlay.
Well, at least for the Ranger and the Incendiary.
I think this is it. Okay, can you put the images together?
Well, what do you know? That was right.
If it happens again, she'll catch up with a broken clock.
Hey, I can hear you.
Marking Talon's base.
Got it. On my way.
Let's see who gets there first.
What about your patrol?
They'll be fine.
Basically because
Dax, I'm coming up on the camp. Where are you?
for the Ranger and Interceptor, there's ways of giving yourself more speed in the jump than you're like intended to be able to have.
Look who decided to show up!
So our winner. Never would have guessed. Where's Talon?
Howard barricaded himself inside. We'll have to take out the camp's defenses to reach him. Focus on the turrets.
Ooh, see that? I'm so badass.
Just watch your six.
You mean her six?
Is it over? Already?
Stay back! I'm warning you!
Don't tell me that's Talon.
No, just a worm. He won't be a problem.
How do you...
Come on, let's finish this.
I'm just gonna skip this cutscene and then we're finally done with this mission. So the next mission is also one of the reasons we definitely have to fly. Although I think you might be able to do Matthias's side quests without flying.
Dax has been escorted
But Dax
to her
is saying you
apartment.
definitely
Should I
have
patch
to.
her through?
Go ahead, Faye.
Because we have to get on top of some very tall things.
Dax, you really need to work on your whispering skills.
What? I'm like a rabbit in the night.
Uh-huh. Does Will still have the journal?
As far as I know, tried to get it back, but he says I can't
So
be
we may
trusted
get
with that book of nonsense.
vanishing and
You
reappearing.
might have more luck though.
It's worth a shot.
Here we go.
I see.
There we go.
Commander.
No.
No, I bet. So,
Faye, Dax, I've got the journal.
Perfect.
It's like a
timing.
scripted turn
Just
away
bid farewell
at the end of the
tonight. That's a
conversation,
really
and it really
key.
fights
Let's
with
meet
your
at
mouse
the bar.
control.
here it is. Acme.
The menu a bit too quickly to have it auto-selected. So this mission is it's actually pretty fun, except for the bit at the end. You'll see why.
You ready, Dax?
You kidding? I already left the fort. We'll each take a different relic. If Talon's correct, we'll need to activate them in a particular order.
Let's hope he's smarter than he looks. You could ask this back at the fort, but if Shaper relics are making people vanish, what's to stop that from happening to us?
Nothing? But according to Anchor data, the disappearances happen close together. Last one on record was...
It's bigger than I expected.
Now we have a
Mine looks like a massive valve.
thing back together.
What now?
Hold on. I'm picking up volatile energy readings
While
below.
we just sort of
Same for
ignore
Dax.
dodge enemies.
I think you need to silence it in order to activate the valve.
Okay. How do I do that?
Look for a smaller relic.
Is it this
I got a honey
glowy
speaker stuff
valve
that
thing?
one.
Yes, Dax.
Looks explodey.
Actually, it already did that. We need to find the fragments.
On it.
God knows where it is. This way. And the tree. That one.
Found one.
A lot of these parts are sort of like,
It's definitely
oh, that was a good
Shaper-ish.
boost. But
Good. Now bring it
straight
back to
into
the
a tree.
glowy ball thing. We have to reassemble the pieces.
You sort of get a rough idea
Okay,
doing this.
assembling
It's
Look.
where the points where they can spawn
Take
are.
the echo to the top to activate
Just
the valve.
kind of
Freelancer first. Dax, you'll go after.
bigger little routes of going around to rule them out as quickly as possible.
Now, Dax.
Well, we're still here, I think.
This one, I need to kill this guy. I need to remember that I have to kill this guy because if you don't, what tends to happen
I'm sensing similar volatile energy at the structure's base.
is you tend to get set on fire when you're about halfway up, flying back up to the top.
Found the volatile relic.
Which is a great way to fall immediately back down and then have to wait to cool off before you can fly
I
up.
don't want to answer that.
Hey, are you deliberately giving me the harder relics?
You were closest. That's all.
There should be another one that's sort of off behind the site. Snipers could be a problem too. Not as bad. There he is. I have no idea how he managed to miss.
Okay, silence.
Perfect. Freelancer, just like last time. Take the Echo to the top of the valve, activate the relic, then Dax will follow. Your turn, Dax.
Still no explosion.
Gotta wait for the cave
but
to
you
open.
definitely did something.
A good something?
Too early to tell. A massive energy source appeared as soon as Dax activated her relic.
Never mind. Faye, Dax, the energy source is inside the foundry. I'm going in.
I'll be there. Soon.
You sound winded.
Luck ran out. Stars finally decided to show up. Keep going. I got this.
I hear something up ahead.
Wait, Freelancer.
Thanks for doing the legwork. We'll take it from here.
Callan, nice
Actually
to
get a
meet
boss
you.
fight.
Let's finish this.
He's being shielded.
So what do I do?
Use their munitions against them. See those explosives? If you destroy his shield generator, Talon will
First thing first, we have to
Talon's there?
plant explosives and wait for it to
the good
arm,
stuff.
and then that takes
Still
down
time
his
for you to join us.
invulnerability.
Love to, but these stars are really mean. Stay alive, or I'll avenge you.
It's actually a pretty rare part outside of, like,
avoid the lower level. That stuff will do a number on your challenge.
first mission we do as an interceptor. Oh god, I didn't know. It's actually one of the rare parts where we can die. We end up in a pretty prolonged fight, holding people off and because we're trying to keep them out of the area, they don't get close enough to drop them.
It'll take time to find the explosives. Don't let the outlaws interfere.
The main thing is trying to break line of sight on Talon because he's not setting on fire and stuff. Alright, you get it. Okay, I'll take help from those guys.
Explosives ready. Stand clear for detonation.
There we go.
Shields down, but I think we should secure the area before moving on.
Well, he doesn't actually have a lot of health, but you have to do a fair bit to be able to kill him. Oh, if you've soft locked, I swear to God.
That's it for Talon.
Oh,
Wish I could
thank
have seen
God.
his face when he, you know. How did he get ahead of us anyway?
I think that's screwed up slightly because I killed him, like, almost instantly.
Crafty bastard.
Don't compliment that. Hold on. Ran into a wyvern nest. Beat her
I think that was
soon.
probably a voice line he was supposed to say or something.
Yep. Readings are intensifying the further we go. It's a miracle I can still follow the energy source.
And we did this? From the explosion?
That's really, really good that that still worked out, because otherwise we would have had to redo the whole Talon fight, which is like half the level.
I'm not seeing an energy source, Faye.
The explosion could have activated a failsafe mode.
So, the energy source is what?
So now we get to do puzzles,
Locked away?
That's what I'm
and
thinking.
the first two should be
Look
fine.
around for something to unlock it.
But for the second
This
two,
looks like something.
we might have to deal with
But
enemies,
it's
and
unresponsive.
it will get very annoying.
It's connected to those discs. Maybe we need a key of some sort?
I'll look around.
It's basically push the button when the symbols line up. If you miss it by enough of a window, it resets all of them. This one's going to take a while. Oh, that's a
Freelancer,
bad
I
pattern.
think... Yes, you've got incoming.
I'm going to make number 3 very hard because I try not to use my ult for the third, second, and fourth. So I put down an acid grenade, try and hold them off a bit. And that's what I have to deal with. Watch, another one will run in right when it's time to... Oh no. Probably right when I'm trying to match these two. Got it, thankfully I didn't get staggered by him.
It burns!
Dax, are you okay?
And for this one I just
Yes,
got
just need to find a waterfall.
There's one to your left.
Thank you.
There we go. Crap patterns, but
That's It's
I
the
didn't get
same as when we
interrupted at all.
activated the valves.
That's a good thing, right?
Potentially. The readings have stabilized. Check the control device.
Shouldn't we wait for Dax?
Go ahead. Stupid wyvern breath overheated my javelin. I'm almost there.
Here goes nothing.
right, and with Dax's missions finished, we're on the home stretch. We have 2 missions left. And a lot of running around Fort Tarsis.
Shield. Contract complete.
Drinks on Halleck.
Not so fast. Dax wants to see you at her apartment.
God, there's so much running around in this bit. So first we have to go and finish things off with Dax in her apartment.
Years?
And we skip that cutscene. They make us have to open the door because of course they do. And now we have to run down and see Halleck. Sorry, Faye. Well, it's Faye and Halleck. I run down here. She's really awkward to get the prompt on. This is how you know you're getting close to the end of the game, because they just start spamming cutscenes at you. You can just go into the forge from the menu, but it's slightly quicker if you do it like this, because you need to be there anyway.
Let's get started.
And the next cutscene's right here. I somehow managed to go into
Everyone ready to go? I know I am.
Yeah. After triggering the cutscene, that's right. So now we have to go and talk to them again. Well, talk to Halleck. So we have to run all the way back down to the freelance bit.
That Arcanist you were talking to.
And we get all the way down here. And oh no, he's not here.
Faye, I'm at the Enclave. No sign of Halleck.
Catch him before he does
So
something
now we have to ask this guy where he is.
Hi there. Have you seen Halleck? Faye, you hear that? I'm on my way to Vol.
Why is Halleck talking to the Sentinels?
He's up to
Now
something.
we have to go ask someone else. This is the bit that really makes me hate Halleck.
Commander Vol.
Because you do all this running around. And then eventually when it finally lets us do the mission,
Listen, someone just saw Halleck leaving the fort.
most of the mission is going to be waiting for Halleck to finish
Damn
talking.
him. The Fortress of Dawn? By himself?
Not for long. I'm going after him.
There we go.
What's the plan?
Find Halleck, yell a bit, and then bring his neck.
Oh, so a good plan.
Nice and simple.
Just don't be too hard on him.
You were.
And I already regret it. Those are the last words I ever speak to
So
him.
amusingly, we're going to get to, even though Owen has betrayed us, he's about to talk to us like he's still our friend and point out.
Sim's intel says this is where the tomb of the sharpshooter is supposed to be. Yet it's one of the guardians you need to find for Faye's plan. Oh, wait a minute. Sim's intel says this is where the tomb of the sharpshooter is supposed to be. Yet it's one of the guardians you need to find for Faye's plan. Calling all freelancers.
And then we get this line, and like,
Only one in particular.
Owen?
Missed having the interior, did you?
What the hell do you
so like you can hear the switch between like the voice actor's good guy voice and his bad guy voice. It's quite
Answer
fun.
her question. What the hell do you want?
Still working that out. What matters now is you're headed for trouble.
How do you know where I am?
The Dominion aren't fooling around. You've gone from a minor nuisance to a serious impediment. They'd like you to stop. Briefly, that is. Once and for all.
That's not negotiable.
They are.
Okay, I'm at the fortress.
Any sign of Halleck?
Pretty quiet. Nothing so far. I'll look around.
Not loving the idea of being back here.
What could go wrong?
Watch it. They were waiting for you.
Come on, go there.
Alec must have pulled up inside. I'll go check. See if there's any fix all the equipment we broke on the way in.
Let's hope.
Alec!
Faye, what is this?
Sorry, Owen wasn't kidding. A Fury, top-of-the-line Dominion. But you're a top-of-the-line freelancer, right?
Gotta find out.
There, you got them.
Wow.
You survived a Fury.
That was hard.
I'm so surprised.
We've got bigger problems out here.
Alec?
I didn't get very far. I'm outside.
It always surprises me like how little health that Fury has. And it's really easy to avoid it doing its little invincible for a bit, but unfortunately the harder rage ones it's a bit harder.
But just save yourself.
Hell no. It's all or nothing,
So
Alec.
now we have to deal with Halleck
Dead
never
wrong.
shutting
Worry
up.
about those suppression machines. I'll carve a path.
Oh, okay. What the hell? We're going out with a bang.
Faye, we're not gonna last long out here.
We need an extraction.
Hoping you can work a miracle.
I'm on it. Hang tight.
I got fingernails.
So this bit's not too bad. This bit's just the waves. Kill enough waves and move on.
Lighten up, time.
Nothing to it. I once fought over 3,000 outlaws that trapped me in a canyon.
How'd you survive?
I just... crap. No trouble. Back in a sec.
Sure, leave me hanging.
Actually missed the trigger down to go down here.
Sure, they're just getting started.
I don't think I lost any
Faye,
time though.
how's that miracle coming?
You just worry about the fight. I'll find a way to get you out of there.
Alec, how's it coming?
Yeah. I think what annoys me the most about this is he goes on and on about his like hero story of dealing with 3 dozen outlaws, and in the time that he's telling the story, I'd probably murder like 150 Dominion or something.
Hey, you know what? I never look south.
The Dominion really need it this time.
Use your geography. Find the car. And ambush works both ways. Don't ever retreat. If you do, you're dead. It's gonna be forward momentum. Put them on their heels.
It'd be easier if I could fly.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And this is the really annoying bit actually. All I need to do is go through that door and across the bridge. There is literally nothing stopping me from going through that
Freelancer, there's a
door and
generator
across that
nearby.
bridge.
That might solve it.
Worth a try. I'm on it.
Like,
Alec, I'm trying to disable the
even without
generator.
trick movement,
Hang tight.
like as a Colossus, you can just jump the gap in the bridge. But it will not let you progress the mission until you can fly again. Sorry. Entire reason that we're disabling this generator, and then killing even more enemies while we wait for other stuff is just so that Halleck can brag about killing 36 enemies.
Still waiting on the stupid generator.
Patience, kid. Lose your cool and you lose your head.
You're not exactly a patient guy, Alec.
Off duty, maybe, but in the line of fire, you gotta stay in the moment. Start losing focus and you'll miss the bullet coming straight at you.
Okay,
vitally important that we can fly, so I can do that.
Get moving, Alec.
Letting you distract them, throw off some fire.
Thanks a lot.
Tactics, kid. It's how you win.
How so?
Truth is, I needed you to want to save me. Get you fired up.
So the whole dead weight thing?
Freelancers never give up. A good leader knows what motivates their people. My buddy in that canyon, he asked me how things looked my way to the north. I kept telling him it's all good. I was lying my ass off getting hammered by outlaws, but it kept my buddy going. So, how's it going, kid?
It's all good.
Now you're learning.
It's down. You did it, Alec.
Was there a doubt?
I'll do you one better. The miracle's on its way. The trader owes me a favor. He's though burning his strider to you. He'll meet you on the other side of the bridge.
This is Roland Hendricks coming in hot for a pickup. Who needs a ride?
Roland, we're headed your way.
I'm going to have to park it near... Oh, shit! What was that? We've got Dominion incoming.
Get to him, kid. I'll be right behind you.
There we are. Careful, there's a fury.
Let's finish this.
I'm with you. You did it! I don't see any more Dominion.
Okay, one mission left.
What are we waiting around for?
We're waiting for you, Howard.
Let's go.
So there's just a little bit of cleanup to do in Fort Tarsis. It's I think it's basically talk to Faye, talk to Halleck, and then do the enter and exit free play, and then I'm good to go on the final mission. And now we hope for good matchmaking. That was exceptionally good matchmaking. Although after that, watch the server die.
Javelin is ready for deployment. I'll start.
If I get the end mission screen, we're good. Just needs to get through this loading screen properly and not dump me back to the menu. Okay, well, fine. It's a bit sneaky, that one. You read the thing and it says go find Halleck, and you always instinctively want to walk away and he's right behind you.
Hey.
So back to private. And there's the mission all the way up there. So here we go, all the way back to the start of the game, but they're actually going to let us fight the Titan this time and keep going. This is basically like doing a stronghold.
Team, check in.
I can't focus. I'm with you, but it's hard to think.
Just hang in there, Faye.
Don't worry about us. Faye's got us paths to Dominion Calm. I've got an eye on the weather. Anything's coming, we'll know. Just focus on the mission.
We're really back. Can't believe I'm seeing this again.
We've got this. Head to the city rooms up the hill.
We're dug in.
They're entrenched to hold back past the Sentinels. You've seen worse than this.
Freelancer. Still alive, huh? I was afraid you weren't coming.
Yeah, but the lack of an audience was just killing you.
Something like that. Let's see if you can meet me at the cenotaph. I know you'll appreciate what I'm about to do.
Well, they know we're here.
Right. I'm killing for that.
You're clear.
Good work. Keep after the monitor.
It's open close to the end there. Any time lost from the damage from the race. Not exactly going to be big. We're still killing the turrets fine.
I feel strange watching this happen a second time.
Hey, this time you know how to take one of these monsters down. Time for some payback, yeah!
It's down.
I can't tell you how good it was to watch that thing die.
Keep going. There's more Dominion ahead of you.
Farther into the heart of rage than any freelancer's ever been. Faye, are you alright? Halleck, can you hear me? It's Faye.
What's the matter? Lost yourself. Weak minds just can't handle the anthem, can they? You tried so hard to...
Don't worry, you haven't lost your audience. I'll be seeing you soon.
Looking forward to it.
Gotta ground her. Need to destroy it to get up the cliff.
I'm here. I'm still with you.
Good to hear your voice again. But maybe you should fall
This is
back.
another part
Get out
where
of the storm.
No.
it makes us wait until we can fly. When we don't actually need to fly, because we can jump on the side.
Shut it down. There. It's down.
You're the best, Faye.
The storm's getting worse by the second. You gotta hurry.
I'll catch it.
Yeah, this room you can actually like gain or lose a truckload of time.
I'll get you something to cry about. Is that a relic?
The Dominion messed with something they couldn't control and it bit them in the ass. Typical. You're gonna have to silence
You
it
have
to get through
to
to the Senate.
A, clear out a lot of waves
Don't
of
worry,
echoes,
Faye. I'm on it.
and also get the echoes.
Shut
You want to
this
try
thing
and
down.
Incoming.
They're sending
Not
groups
bad.
your way.
sort of like mix it and doing both at the same time. get the annoying Furies, who basically always get to do their little
Oh, the Guardians! Holding the door!
Oh, no, he didn't.
Just don't give up, do they?
There we go. This is
The keys!
so frustrating
Hurry.
to do that.
That's it. Now there's nothing between you and the Cenotaph.
Ah, and final boss time. So, part one's pretty straightforward. We're just gonna mark him, shoot him a bit. No aim. His model freaks out. Not sure why it's not mine. Some big on something. Anyway,
I'm not finished.
What happened?
He's part of the Cenotaph now. It's activated him elsewhere. Hurry!
Good. It's the dawning of a new world.
So usually just ult.
What the? Is he changing the Heart of Rage?
The Storm, Cenotaph, and
The acid gets
Monitor
annoying.
are all linked now.
Hope my shields last through this acid.
Damn it.
He's unfortunately going to lock us in here for like way longer than he does in the Stronghold
Tell me
version.
he's weakening.
The Cenotaph, its power
Because we
is
have dialogue and
out of
stuff.
control.
That sounds bad.
The storm is growing. Hurry.
Let's finish this.
There we go.
My javelin. Sensors are going haywire.
I'll track you down with me.
So, that's time. So, yeah, 233 I'm really happy with. I'd have to check, but it's probably like my third fastest time ever.
Alex,
Which is not bad.
what are you doing here? Are you alright?
Did you see that? Faye was connected to the monitor.
Yeah,
Cypher to Cypher.
yeah, that'd be...
She knows what to do.
How's she doing?
I don't know.
It's basically exactly 5
I'm doing
minutes
better
off
than you.
the world record.
Halleck,
So,
Never mind that.
the Anthem was interfering. I couldn't reach you. I have to get to that machine.
I got you, Faye.
so
No time to lose. I can hear the Anthem.
there we go. There's
What do we
my
do?
face that I
Minion
picked at the
seals.
start of the game looking
To get you to the Cenotaph, I
very
need to
awkward,
get closer to the Anthem.
which is,
like the monitor
yeah,
did.
if I had to guess, it's matching the face meshes to
Go. Well, you can. You got this.
some mocap, and it's not great. But yeah, I guess I'll leave you guys with the ending cutscenes
It's
until
beautiful.
they switch over to the between run thing.
You okay? I heard it. I heard it and I let it go.